And today I'm going to show you a couple of exercises. Two will be strengthening exercises and one will be a stretch for what's called your wrist flexors. So your wrist flexors, what they do is they help bend your wrist back and forth. So the three muscles that are involved in your wrist flexors are the flexor carpi ulnaris, which runs along the outside of your arm here. Then you have your flexor carpi radialis, which if you turn your hand over, runs on the bottom side of your, or the top of your forearm here. And then the palmaris longus. So these are the three muscles that are involved with helping you bend your wrist back and forth. So when you're bending it to pick things up or using it for everyday life. So we're going to start with a couple of strengthening exercises. So the first one that we're going to do is called wrist curls. So what you're going to do is you're going to sit in a chair, and what you're going to do is you're going to have your elbow up, hand up like this, and then you're going to take this soup can, because if you don't have a weight, we normally say to take a soup can because each soup can is about a pound. And these are called wrist curls. So what you're going to do is you're going to have it here, and you're going to bend your wrist all the way down as far as you can, bringing it all the way back as far as you can. And this is called a wrist curl. So I'll let you try that. Keeping your elbow fixed and letting your wrist do all of the work. Good. So you would do this about 10 times, and then do 2 to 3 sets of these, okay? All right, so the next one is to help strengthen these wrist muscles here is called the ball squeeze. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna keep your elbow on the table like you did last time. You're gonna squeeze for 3 to 5 seconds as hard as you can, and then slowly release. And we're gonna do that about 10 times. So go ahead and squeeze. All the fingers are gonna be wrapped around the ball. Squeezing as hard as you can for 3 to 5 seconds. Slowly release. Good. So you kind of see how it's helping strengthening those muscles there. All right, so the next thing is going to be a stretch that we do. So this is called the prayer stretch. So you're going to be seated, and what you're going to do is you're going to have your hands together, elbows out, right below your chin. And what you're going to do is you're going to keep your hands pressed together, and then you're going to slowly lower down towards your belly button until you feel a nice stretch. We don't want painful. And you're going to hold that stretch for about 30 seconds, and we'll do it about 2 to 3 times. So pressing together and slowly lowering down to where it's comfortable for you and you feel a good stretch. Good. So that's called the prayer stretch. That helps stretch out those wrist flexor muscles here. So the reason why we do some of these strengthening exercises and these stretches is because often we see that there's called carpal tunnel syndrome. So carpal tunnel syndrome is where the median nerve is affected that you have in your wrist here. And some of these muscles are innervated by that nerve, which means that when that nerve is affected, that means those muscles are affected, so often you'll feel like numbness or tingling, and often you feel weakness in those muscles. So that's why we use exercises like the wrist curl and the ball squeeze to help strengthen those muscles, and the stretch to kind of help keep them nice and stretched out. So that's one of the main reasons why we focus on strengthening those wrist muscles. So do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
All right, that is it.